Imagine standing in the vast desert where scorching winds whisper secrets buried for centuries. Have you ever wondered what truly lies behind the glorious pages of Islamic history, the legendary battles, and the empires that once made the world tremble? This is a journey into Little Dark Age meme, Islamic history, and the hidden secrets of war. A video that not only recounts history, but unveils its shadowy corners, the conspiracies, and the truths distorted by time. What makes this video exceptional is not just the untold stories, but how they connect to you, those seeking truth in a world rife with deception. Picture yourself in a small cafe, bathed in soft golden light, with the hum of passing traffic outside. You scroll through social media, stumbling upon Little Dark Age memes, their haunting melodies evoking a sense of loss and doubt. You wonder, is the history we were taught the whole story? Or somewhere amid desert battles, opulent palaces, or secret treaties are truths waiting to be awakened? That is where we begin, in a world where light and shadow intertwine, where each of us can be the protagonist in a tale of discovery. This video is not merely a historical journey. It is an invitation to delve into the essence of power, war, and truth. You will witness blood-soaked battles, palace intrigues, and the ways history has been shaped to serve the victors. You will realize that understanding the past not only explains the present, but empowers you to shape the future. Stay with us, for when the final light fades, only the truth can guide you out of the darkness. The rise of the prophet and the first battles in the desert. Imagine a voice rising from the desert where swirling sands obscure the horizon, calling a people to stand against the darkness. Have you ever wondered what transformed an ordinary man into a prophet, leading battles that reshaped history? From the haunting imagery of Little Dark Age in our introduction, we step into the first chapter of this journey, the birth of Islam under the scorching sun of the Arabian Peninsula. In the 7th century, in Mecca, Muhammad, a quiet merchant, received divine revelations. His call was not just religious, but a flame uniting fractured tribes. The Battle of Badr in 624 stands as proof. 300 Muslim warriors faced a Meccan army 3 times their size. Under the blistering sun, they triumphed through strategy and unwavering faith, marking the first turning point of a future empire. The lesson here is that faith and unity can overcome any odds, even when fate seems stacked against you. But this victory was only the beginning. Greater conspiracies and conflicts loomed as the mighty Persian Empire began to turn its gaze toward this desert land. Join us in the next chapter, where the secrets of the Persian conquest and royal intrigues begin to unravel, pulling us deeper into the shadows of history. Secrets behind the conquest of Persia and the hidden royal intrigues. Imagine a mighty empire crumbling, not just under the clash of swords, but through poisonous whispers in the shadows of royal courts. What truly brought the great Persia to its knees before the warriors of the desert? From the early triumphs of the Prophet Muhammad at Badr, the flame of Islam spread swiftly, challenging ancient empires. In the 7th century, the outnumbered but resolute Muslim forces faced the Sassanid Persian Empire at the Battle of Al-Qadisiyah in 636. Beneath a crimson sky, General Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas led his troops to outmaneuver the formidable Persian army, leveraging terrain and surprise tactics. Yet, This victory was not solely won by military might. Within the Persian courts, hidden intrigues eroded the empire from within. King Yazdegerd III was betrayed by his courtiers, the royal treasury was plundered, and the loyalty of the people fractured. These secrets, buried for centuries, reveal that power can collapse when trust is shattered. The lesson here is that unity and loyalty are the bedrock of any empire. When they crumble, defeat is inevitable. But the story does not end on the Persian battlefields. Cracks within the Muslim community itself began to emerge, foreshadowing bloody internal conflicts. Continue this journey as we step into a darker chapter. The early Islamic civil wars and the assassinations of caliphs in the shadows, where loyalty is tested to its limits. Early Islamic civil wars and the assassinations of caliphs in the shadows. Imagine a young empire having just conquered the world, only to be torn apart by daggers thrust in the darkness. How could a community united by faith destroy itself so swiftly? From the courtly intrigues that toppled Persia, we enter a darker chapter. The first fitna, the initial civil war within Islam. After the Prophet Muhammad's death, disputes over succession fractured the community. In 656, Caliph Uthman was assassinated in his Medina home by discontented members of his own ranks. His blood stained the Quran he was reading, marking the start of internal strife. The Battle of the Camel in 656, where Aisha, the Prophet's wife, clashed with Caliph Ali, exemplified this rift. Thousands perished, and bonds of brotherhood shattered. These shadowy assassinations and betrayals were not merely about power, but about loyalty tested by ambition. The lesson here is that internal division can destroy even the mightiest empires when trust gives way to suspicion. Yet, these wounds were only the beginning of greater conflicts as external powers saw opportunity in the chaos. Continue this journey as we explore the Crusades and the secret treaties between rival empires, where history was shaped by cunning and betrayal. The Crusades and secret treaties between rival empires. Picture a battlefield where holy banners clash, yet beneath the cries of war, secret deals are struck in the shadows. What if the Crusades were not just about faith, but about cunning alliances? Emerging from the internal strife of the first fitna, where betrayal fractured the early Islamic community, we now step into the era of the Crusades. In 1099, the First Crusade culminated in the brutal siege of Jerusalem, where Christian knights stormed the city, leaving streets stained with blood. Yet, beyond the clash of swords, hidden diplomacy shaped the outcome. For instance, during the Third Crusade, Saladin, the revered Muslim leader, negotiated a secret truce with Richard the Lionheart in 1192, allowing Christian pilgrims access to Jerusalem while maintaining Muslim control. These agreements, often concealed from public chronicles, reveal that survival demanded pragmatism over ideology. Rival empires, despite their proclaimed enmity, exchanged envoys and promises to secure power, exposing the complex interplay of trust and treachery. The lesson here is that even in the fervor of ideological wars, leaders wielded diplomacy as a weapon, forging uneasy alliances to outmaneuver foes. These secret pacts, buried beneath tales of heroism, remind us that history is rarely as simple as victor and vanquished. Join us in the next chapter, where we uncover the fall of the Ottoman Empire through forgotten naval battles, revealing how the tides of war shifted power and left legacies shrouded in mystery. The fall of the Ottoman Empire. Through forgotten naval battles, imagine vast fleets clashing on turbulent seas, their cannons roaring, yet their stories erased from the pages of history. What hidden battles brought the mighty Ottoman Empire to its knees? From the secret treaties of the Crusades, where rival empires balanced war with diplomacy, we now sail into the twilight of the Ottoman Empire. By the 16th and 17th centuries, the Ottomans dominated the Mediterranean, their galleys a symbol of unchallenged power. Yet, the Battle of Lepanto in 1571 marked a turning point. A coalition of Christian powers, led by the Holy League, sank over 200 Ottoman ships in a single day, shattering their naval supremacy. Though often overshadowed, this defeat exposed vulnerabilities, outdated tactics, and overextended supply lines. Another forgotten clash, the Battle of Navarino in 1827, saw European powers intervene in the Greek War of Independence, obliterating the Ottoman Egyptian fleet. These naval losses, rarely highlighted in chronicles, eroded the empire's control over trade routes and territories, hastening its decline. The lesson here is that empires, no matter how grand, can falter when their foundations, control of the seas, in this case, are undermined by overlooked defeats. These battles, buried in history's margins, reveal that power is fragile when adaptability wanes. Embark on the next chapter, where we delve into modern Middle Eastern wars and the concealed role of nuclear ambitions, uncovering how secret arsenals reshaped conflicts and cast long shadows over the region's future. Modern Middle Eastern wars and hidden nuclear ambitions. What if the wars tearing through the Middle East were shaped by secrets far more dangerous than tanks or missiles? Could hidden nuclear ambitions have silently dictated the region's fate? From the forgotten naval battles that weakened the Ottoman Empire, we now plunge into the turbulent 20th and 21st centuries, where modern warfare in the Middle East unfolded amid covert nuclear pursuits. The Iran-Iraq War, 1980-1988, exemplifies this shadow game. While millions perished in trench warfare, Iraq's Saddam Hussein secretly accelerated the Osirak nuclear program, aiming for a game-changing weapon. Israel's 1981 airstrike on the Osirak reactor, a clandestine operation, thwarted Iraq's ambitions, revealing how nuclear secrets fueled regional tensions. Similarly, Iran's nuclear program, shrouded in mystery and diplomatic denials, has driven decades of sanctions and proxy wars, with global powers maneuvering to prevent a nuclear-armed Middle East. These hidden programs, rarely discussed in public, show how the specter of nuclear power reshaped alliances and prolonged conflicts. The lesson here is that modern wars are not just fought on battlefields, but in secret laboratories and diplomatic backrooms, where the threat of unseen weapons holds nations hostage. The pursuit of such power, often cloaked in secrecy, reveals the fragility of peace in a region torn by ambition. Step into the next chapter, where we unravel the role of intelligence agencies in manipulating Islamic history, exposing how covert operations wove a web of deception that altered the course of nations. The role of intelligence agencies in manipulating Islamic history. What if the history of Islam was not just written by warriors and kings, but by spies weaving webs of deception? Could unseen hands have shaped the fate of nations in the shadows? From the covert nuclear ambitions that fueled modern Middle Eastern conflicts, we now turn to the clandestine world of intelligence agencies and their hidden influence on Islamic history. During the Cold War, agencies like the CIA and KGB exploited the Middle East's strategic importance. A prime example is the CIA's Operation Ajax in 1953, which orchestrated the overthrow of Iran's Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh, reinstating the Shah to secure Western oil interests. This coup, cloaked in secrecy, sowed distrust and anti-Western sentiment, fueling Islamist movements. Similarly, Soviet backing of leftist factions in Afghanistan during the 1979-1989 war empowered mujahideen groups, indirectly birthing modern jihadist networks. These covert operations, often buried in classified files, reveal how foreign powers manipulated political and religious fault lines, reshaping the Islamic world's trajectory for their own ends. The lesson here is that history is not always shaped by visible battles, but by calculated moves in the shadows, where loyalty and ideology are pawns in a larger game. Intelligence agencies, with their unseen influence, turned nations into battlegrounds for global dominance, leaving lasting scars. Venture into the next chapter, where we uncover the lessons from these hidden wars and a warning for the future, as the echoes of past manipulations resonate in today's world. Lessons from hidden wars and a warning for the future. What if the wars and secrets of the past hold the key to avoiding catastrophe tomorrow? Could understanding these buried truths change how we face the future? From the shadowy maneuvers of intelligence agencies that manipulated Islamic history, we now reflect on the profound lessons these hidden wars impart. Consider the 1953 CIA-led coup in Iran. By toppling a democratic leader for oil, it sparked decades of resentment, fueling revolutions and conflicts. This teaches us that short-term gains through deception often sow long-term chaos. Similarly, the secret nuclear ambitions of the Iran-Iraq War reveal how the pursuit of ultimate power can destabilize entire regions, leaving scars that linger. These events, obscured by time, show that unchecked ambition, betrayal, and division within or between nations erode the foundations of stability. The ultimate lesson is clear: truth and unity are fragile, and their erosion invites collapse. For the future, this is a warning, whether in geopolitics or our own communities. Ignoring history's lessons risks repeating its darkest chapters. Transparency, trust, and collective resolve must guide us to avoid the mistakes of those who wielded power in the shadows. These lessons are not just historical, they are a call to action for today's world, where new conflicts and secrets simmer beneath the surface. Step into the next chapter, where we reimagine the little dark age meme through the lens of these buried histories, uncovering how art and memory intertwine to reveal truths we cannot ignore. Reimagining the little dark age meme through the lens of buried dark histories. What if a viral meme could unlock the haunting truths of history's darkest moments? Could the Little Dark Age soundtrack echo the forgotten sorrows of Islamic wars? From the lessons of hidden conflicts that warned us of future perils, we now turn to the evocative power of the Little Dark Age meme, a cultural phenomenon that pairs melancholic music with images of decay and loss. This meme, popular on platforms like X, resonates with the buried histories we've uncovered. Consider the fall of Baghdad in 1258 to the Mongols. The once vibrant center of Islamic learning was razed, its libraries burned, and rivers ran red with blood. The meme's somber tones mirror this devastation, capturing the despair of a civilization's collapse. By overlaying its haunting melody onto scenes of historical betrayal, like the secret treaties of the Crusades or the CIA's 1953 coup in Iran, the meme becomes a lens to visualize the weight of these suppressed truths. It connects modern audiences to the pain of lost empires and manipulated narratives, making history feel viscerally alive. The lesson here is that art, like the Little Dark Age meme, can breathe life into forgotten stories, urging us to confront uncomfortable truths. It reminds us that history's shadows linger in our collective psyche, demanding acknowledgement. Join us in the final chapter, where we embark on a journey to uncover these truths and issue a global call to awaken, challenging us to face the past and shape a future unburdened by its secrets. A journey to uncover truth and a global call to awaken. What if the truths buried in history could ignite a revolution in how we see the world? Are you ready to answer the call to awaken and confront the past? From the haunting resonance of the Little Dark Age meme, which brought forgotten histories to life, we now reach the culmination of our journey, a quest to unearth truth and inspire a global awakening. Consider the 1981 Israeli airstrike on Iraq's Osirak reactor, a covert act that halted a nuclear threat but fueled decades of mistrust. Such hidden moments, from the betrayals of the Crusades to the CIA's manipulations in Iran, reveal a pattern. History is shaped by secrets that obscure the truth. This journey through Islamic history, its triumphs, betrayals, and suppressed stories, shows that ignorance of the past blinds us to the present. The Little Dark Age meme, with its mournful echo, is not just art. It's a mirror reflecting our collective failure to learn from history's warnings. The lesson is urgent. To build a better future, we must face these truths, question official narratives, and demand transparency. This is a call to action for every viewer to seek knowledge, challenge deception, and unite against division. By understanding the past, we gain the power to shape a world where truth prevails over manipulation. This is not the end, but a beginning. As our series concludes, let this awakening inspire you to explore further, question boldly, and carry the torch of truth into the future, ensuring history's shadows no longer dictate our path.